Hi everyone, good evening. क्या हाल चाल है सबके? A warm welcome everyone to today's live. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Just a quick yes on the chat box so that I can be rest assured that my screen is visible. The chart of Nifty is visible on the screens, right? Perfect. Okay then, so of course we had a great volatile week last week. There was a lot of ups and downs. Nifty went up, went down. There was gap ups, gap downs, right? But I hope our last week view helped you all a lot, right? Because as we had told that 16,400 would act as a strong resistance, right? Last week, and 15,700 to 15,750 will act as a strong support. Okay, so I think that worked pretty well. Okay, and definitely we had a broader range which was 16,400 and 15,700, which I think will be there for the next week as well, right? So today we'll be learning a few new things. Definitely I'll be teaching you some new techniques, how to see the markets, right? And of course we'll be discussing the Nifty, Bank Nifty, dollar index, few stocks which I've selected for next week, right? And thank you Shamshad for those kind words, right? Okay. Perfect. So, everyone, let's start. I hope everyone is doing good, doing great. Okay. So, Nifty. So, first of all, of course, Nifty is still sell on rise, I would say, until unless this level of 16,400 is crossed, right? But one thing which we should notice from last week is that definitely we saw great data. So I taught you last week that how you can read data, right? This is a free application on stock called Stockage. Of course, you can use that for reading data, as I told you, right? We'll go to the data later on, but as per the last day's closing, definitely the data is positive, but we need to close above 16,400 definitely to uh, give a strong up move, right? Because 16,400 has been acting as a very strong resistance from the past 2 weeks, right? So this is a very, very crucial level on the upside, right? When I please the stock specific views, I will definitely be taking later on. So you can ask it once I complete the analysis, because this analysis is really important, and please everyone stay till the end up end तक रहिए इस live में, because there will be a lot of surprise analysis and there a lot of in-depth analysis which will be doing it, right? Definitely Akash, I'll analyze all the stocks, so please be patient with me. Okay, great. So as we were talking about Nifty, of course the range is same, but what we are witnessing is huge gap ups and gap downs. So on Thursday we saw a huge gap down of 400 points, then we saw a gap up and we saw a good rally. The interesting things to note were the rally and the fall are being very, very big, right? So in such markets, it is very important to manage your risk and manage your money, right? Because if you go wrong, and especially people who trade in derivatives, it's very, very important for you to manage your risk, because there's so many ups and downs, right? So the clear trend of Nifty will be visible only once we cross 16,400 on the upside, or we break this bottom of 15,700, right? If we break this on closing, then of course we are headed much lower. Now I'll just like to teach you a concept over here. A lot of people are taking this as a double bottom. These are 15,735, 15,739, and 15,770. So people are talking as a double bottom or a triple bottom over here, right? But let me tell you everyone that a double bottom or triple bottom confirmation happens only once we break the neckline. तो ये bottom जो बना है, ये जो neckline, the recovery which happened, and again a bottom has been made, right? So it has to cross the neckline. So means it has to cross 16,400 for us to give us a confirmation that the double bottom is there in place in Nifty. and of course we'll have a target of around 17,100, the previous strong resistance level which I had mentioned, right? That would be the target. Okay, so it's very much clear that on Nifty, if we have to call it a double bottom, then definitely this level of 16,400 has to be broken, after which we will see a rally maybe till 17,100, right? Which will be the target of this double bottom. Okay, clear? So ये concept बहुत ज़रूरी था मेरे लिए clear करना, because lot of people have this misconception कि ये double bottom already बन चुका है. So double bottom confirmation will only happen if you once cross 16,400. Okay. Now, so this was the new on Nifty. Okay. Now let's come to Bank Nifty. Okay. One more thing I would like to mention on Nifty. Every time we have a strong consolidation, we see a very fast move. Like we saw a strong consolidation over here, then we saw almost 1,000-point fall in the next 10 days. We saw a strong consolidation over here. I'll just mark the consolidation areas so that you can understand. So this consolidation, then a fast up move, this consolidation, and then a fast down move. So this consolidation is again happening. So be ready for a very fast up move if we cross 16,400, or be ready for a very fast down move if we break 15,700 on closing, right? So both should happen on closing. Intraday does not matter. Okay. Perfect. So I hope the view on Nifty is clear, right? Any doubts, any questions? I hope सबको मजा आ रहा है. You are able to learn this. This is a very important concept which I have taught you right now. Okay. And one more thing is very interesting is Nifty RSI is making a higher high and higher low after a long time. So if you see, continuous downtrend was happening for the RSI of Nifty. I'm just making it larger. It was making lower high and lower lows. So the first time RSI is made a higher high and a higher low. So for the bulls, it is a good sign, right? So we are seeing good signs from the indexes, from the data, right? Which is a very bullish or a good sign for us, right? And even I will try to combine it with the dollar index as well as the US markets. There are signs of bullishness which is happening on the lower end. So one is RSI definitely there, right? The other one I've already showed you, there's a double bottom in place, but the breakout would happen only above this levels of 16,400, right? And of course the data which we'll understand just after this, okay, how's the data working. Okay. Let's come to Bank Nifty. Of course Bank Nifty is also of the same view, right? It has made a double bottom kind of formation near 33,000, which was a strong support which we had said last week also. Okay, so I hope you are benefiting from from listening to these lives, because this is particularly to guide you also, that you can at least not lose money if you are not making money. If you not lose money, because in such markets, in such volatile markets, even if you are not losing money, then once a trending move comes, once this breakout comes, you can make money because you'll have no positions, right? At least that. And of course we had guided of the stocks as well which were on radar, which did really well. So be it HUL, be it Reliance, which we had discussed last week. Okay, of course it's a disclaimer from my side, this is purely an educational webinar. There is no recommendations. You can consult your financial advisor, and this is, we are not responsible for any of your actions, but again this is purely for educational purpose, and I hope you all learn and you all stay till the end, so that a lot of new things which will help you a lot in trading and investing in this market, right? So Bank Nifty has to cross this level of 34,700, which has been a multiple resistance level. Okay, and of course the support has been there on the lower end near 32,700 to 33,000, right? So a very, very strong support zone for Bank Nifty. Okay, now again Bank Nifty also has the same thing which happens. There's a consolidation, then there's a big move. There's a consolidation which is happening right now, so it's getting ready for a big move, right? The same thing happened over here as well, right? So all consolidations leads to a big move. So let's see which side the breakout happens, and you can trade. Okay, so best thing is either you trade the range, the lower end of the range you can buy, or maybe higher of the range you can sell, or otherwise once the breakout or breakdown happens. So a lot of people are there who will wait patiently. Okay, So no trading is also an important part in such markets where it's moving in a pure range and there are so many gap ups and gap downs. So you can wait for a clear breakout. ठीक है, अगर ब्रेकआउट हुआ ऑफ कोर्स विल प्ले ऑन द बुलिश साइड, अगर ब्रेकडाउन हुआ विल प्ले ऑन द बेरिश साइड, राइट. सो यू कैन वेट फॉर अ क्लियर ट्रेंड टू एमर्ज, और एल्स इफ यू वांट टू ट्रेड कि मुझे ट्रेड करना ही, देन यू कैन ट्रेड द रेंजेस कि हायर एंड ऑफ द रेंज में यू सेल इट एंड लोअर एंड द एंड ऑफ द रेंज में यू बाय इट. ओके, आई होप मजा आ रहा है सबको, यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस. इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस ऑन निफ्टी एंड बैंक निफ्टी, आई विल बी हैप्पी टू आंसर. Deepak, don't worry, I'll share, I'll give you a view on TV18 as well. Please, the stock specific queries I'll take little later on. First, I want you to understand कि market का view क्या है, because if you don't understand the broader view, it will be very difficult for you to form a stock specific view. Because broader markets अगर negative है, तो stocks को बढ़ना बहुत मुश्किल है, right? And if you are bullish on a stock and the markets are also bullish, then it is much easier for you to make money. Right? Perfect. Now let's go to the data. जो मैंने डेटा आप लोग को लास्ट डे भी बताया था कि we have to see the data of clients and FI. Right? So you can go to the stockage website. Okay, go to indices, future OI, and again participants. Of course, I'm using this because this is a very user friendly app. There is no promotion I'm doing, but this is a very user friendly app where you can see the data. Okay. Yes, Shamshad, above 16,400 will head towards 16,800 and 17,100. Perfectly rightly said, because above that 16,800 would act as a small resistance, above which 17,100 would be the target. Because above 17,100, as I told you last week when we did a live, that above that I'm expecting a new high. Because 17,100 is a very very strong level, because that was the level on the day which RBI rate hike happened, right? So the RBI rate hike, a day's high is crossed, maybe we can expect a new high, right? But again, that's far away. हमें वो चीज़ guess नहीं करना है, हमें कोई भी guesswork market में नहीं डालना है. We'll always analyze and we'll try to forecast, right? Okay. So now let's come to the data. So data में there are 4 participants as I taught you in the last week live. किसी ने अगर नहीं देखा, you can go back, it's there on our YouTube channel. You can go search Wealth Educare and you can see the live. Okay, so client is retailers like us mostly, right? The retail participants. DIs are domestical institutional investors. Of course, DIs do not take active participation in the FNO part, right? FIs of course matter a lot because they take active participation in the FNO, that is futures and options. And then there are pros who are again very light on their position, so that does not matter much, right? So what happened last day was very interesting. So what we had seen last time, the FIs were building huge shorts, and that's why we saw a good fall in the market. So I told it's a sell on rise, right? But this time last week, totally FIs have covered shorts and hugely on 20th, that is last Friday, right? On Friday, FIs short positions have reduced from 75,000 contracts to 38,000, which was not seen in the whole month of Feb. Whole month of Feb they were increasing short. First time they have significantly reduced their short positions, right? Which is a big positive, right? Secondly, the clients have reduced their long positions, right? Please guys, everyone, please see this very carefully. This is a very very important data which I'm sharing with you, and this will help you a lot to gain conviction on a trade, on a bullish trade if you are taking, right? Because clients, usually retailers, have reduced their long positions from 93,000 contracts to 60,000 contracts, which is really outstanding or really good in terms of the market scenario, because clients reducing long positions and FIs reducing short positions is always a bullish sign, right? Because as we all know, FIs have a huge sum of amount which they trade and invest in our markets, right? Okay, so that is a positive sign, right? No doubt data is suggesting that the markets are positive. The RSI is suggesting that the markets are bullish, but I would still tell you to wait for the confirmation for closing above 16,400. Once we close above 16,400, you should be bullish and you should buy every dip. Right? It may happen after 16,400 we go to 16,600, then the dip comes to 16,400 and 300 again, right? So that then it would be a buy on dips market instead of right now, which is a sell on rise, right? Which happened same on 18th May. It was a sell on rise. It came near the resistance and we saw 400 points fall, right? So that's different between sell on rise and buy on dips, right? So the data is bullish. The RSI is bullish. We have formed double bottom, which confirmation will happen only above 16,400, right? So the only thing awaited is a closing above 16,400. Even our hourly closing would give me a lot of confidence that now the markets are bullish, right? Perfect. So I hope you enjoy the analysis. Okay. There are a few questions. I'll just take them. Why Dow is making, so don't worry Padmanam, we'll take this Dow question very soon because we'll be analyzing Dow and S&P charts, right? And I'm going to show you a very interesting thing in S&P charts. I'm going to teach you also that, right? So please there stay with us, and if you're liking our analysis, please like and subscribe because I stay motivated and I keep doing these lives and I share more data with you all. So please like and subscribe our channel, right? So USD INR. So USD INR again, as I told you, it's a breakout, right? And last day, what the FM has taken as a decision to cut down the excise duty on petrol and diesel. This will again weaken our currency, of course, because the fiscal deficit is going to increase by $1 billion, right? Okay. So as I told you 2 weeks back only, it's a breakout on USD INR, which overall is not good for our markets, right? But again, this will definitely be a negative for the USD INR, right? Of course, yes, Akmal, the question which you have asked, it's a positive for the markets because it will help you to reduce inflation, but it's a short-term measure because if the oil marketing companies like IOC and BPCL don't reduce it actually for the consumers, then there will be no point, right? Because the excise duty has been reduced with the government for the oil marketing companies because they were posting losses, right, of 10-12 rupees on every petrol diesel sold, right? So let's see how the market takes it. But again, we'll have to see the price action. Yes, Deepak, it should give a positive effect, which I believe, but not very positive because we'll have to see how the state governments do it for the states, and plus how the oil marketing companies cut down their prices on terms of petrol diesel. जब आप पेट्रोल भराने जाओ आज से 2-3 दिन बाद, आपको जाके ज़रूर देखना चाहिए कि एक हफ्ते पहले क्या प्राइस था और अभी क्या है. If there's a difference of 10-12 rupees, then it's very good, it's very positive. So let's see what happens. But overall, yeah, it's a short-term positive for the markets. Long-term positive, we'll have to see whether it actually the consumer is getting the benefit or not. Okay. So USD INR and dollar index is again bullish on the charts. Though dollar index has formed a bearish engulfing, we'll have to see whether it sustains below the low of last week because it's a bearish engulfing in a very strong uptrend, right? So, and what we have seen is the bearish engulfing candle usually fails in the dollar index, right? So this is something you have to learn, right? If some pattern is continuously failing, see it failed over here, it failed over here, and it's a higher chances that it fails over here as well, right? Because there's a strong uptrend in dollar index and it's a multi-year breakout, as I told you, right? It's a multi-year breakout, it's a 20 years breakout. So इतना जल्दी तो ये fail नहीं होने वाला है, right? So let's see what happens. But a high dollar index, of course, is bad for the markets. A lower one would be much better, right? Okay, Sunny, thank you so much for the update. I think diesel is down, so that's a good positive for our markets. Okay. Now let me come to a very interesting analysis on Dow Jones and SNP, right? Very interesting. So let's first take SNP, right? So last day SNP has formed a bullish hammer pattern on the daily charts, right? Which is a again a bullish thing, right? very bullish thing, right? Because it went down drastically, and what usually a hammer is, it's a bullish reversal pattern. When it went down drastically, then it recovered, and almost closed at days open, right? But the more important thing is to analyze over here is the bear market theory, right? So now what's the bear market theory in markets, right? So everyone please listen very carefully. If a index goes down by more than 20% from its highs, right? The highs for S&P was 4,806, nearby that, right? If the index goes down by more than 20%, then we are telling that, or it's a theory that the index has gone in a bear market. Like example is Nasdaq, which is tanked more than 20% from its highs, right? So when does this happen? Just let me show you, right? So there's an option on trading view called info line, right? So I'll just use this. I'll just take it from the highs, and I'll just move down over here, right? So the Nasdaq entered the bear market once it broke this low of 20%, right? 20% से नीचे जब ये गया, right? It almost did not sustain over here, but it recovered, and again it went down and broke this lows of the previous bottom, right? So a weekly closing below this triggered a bear market in Nasdaq, which was in 25th April 2022, right? So Nasdaq entered a bear market over there, okay? But S&P just saved itself. So if I draw this info line in S&P, it has just saved itself from entering a bear market, because it is exactly at 20% from the highs. So if the index falls more than 20% from the highs and it gives a weekly closing, then the index enters a bear market. So Friday was a very crucial day for S&P because it did not break the level of 3860, which I had mentioned on my Twitter as well, right? Tanishk, no, the dollar index which increases does not benefit that much for the IT index, because we see a CC growth, that is a constant currency growth for the IT index. Earlier ये इतना important नहीं था, but आजकल due to the fluctuation in currencies, all the analysis is done on the constant currency growth. तो INR को USD के terms में या USD को INR के terms में convert करके हम IT companies का growth देखते हैं, right? And as I told you again and again, please be very careful in the IT stocks because the IT index was not looking good, right? So again, we saw a major breakdown in all the IT stocks, okay? Stop loss for USD versus INR. I think if you just tell your positions so that I can advise you on that. Okay, so this is very interesting. Please listen very carefully. As I told you that S&P 500 beat any index or any stock if it breaks 20% level कि कोई भी high बना के the recent all time high and it corrects more than 20%, there's a market theory that it enters a bear market. So again, you should avoid long positions, which happened with Nasdaq, but Dow and S&P has been saved, right? Though Dow charts are still bearish, we have a gap which is still left to be covered. We don't know when it will be covered, but yes, still now Dow and S&P are not in a bear market because Dow has only fallen 70% from its highs till now. Okay, clear? So this is a very important concept. Now, last day Dow, S&P both gave a very good recovery from the lows. So this is a positive thing. Plus we saw positive divergence on RSI, right? So if we see what's a positive divergence on RSI, I will teach you today, and this will be a good giveaway from my side to you all. Please learn this very carefully. I'm not telling this works every time, but this is a sign, or this is a probability that the stock or that index has made a reversal pattern, right? So yes, Deepak, this 20% theory definitely applies for stocks. Okay, Thank you, Shamshad, for those kind words. Thank you, Tanishq. Okay. So yeah. So Dow Jones made a low of 31,200 on 12th of May, right? I hope everyone can see that. Okay. The RSI was nearby 33. Okay. The Dow made another low, right, on 20th of May. It made a new low, right? 12th May ko it made a low, it recovered. Then again it made a new low on 20th May, right? And RSI did not make a new low. It did not break the previous low, right? So this is called positive divergence, where price made a new low but RSI did not make a new low. ठीक है, अब खाली डाइवर्जेंस देख के हमें नहीं कुछ समझ में आएगा, बिकॉज डाइवर्जेंस में फेल ऑल्सो, राइट? But we saw good recovery, we saw a bullish reversal, hammered pattern or a pin bar pattern, right? Plus it happened near a support zone. Dow was near a support zone of 31,200, right? This was a strong support zone which was there earlier, right? If you can just see that. So near a support zone, Dow has made a reversal pattern, right? Okay, it has reversed from a support zone. There's a divergence on RSI. So there's high chances that Dow may give a relief rally from here. Okay, and plus S&P is again just reversed from the bear market levels. So it's a very positive sign on the US front, right? Because S&P also has a positive divergence, right? And it has again reversed from a strong support zone. So again, divergence does not work in hindsight. अब खाली divergence देखोगे तो आप हो सकता है it's not correct, but if you see it with a bullish reversal pattern, with the stock or the with S&P not entering the bear markets, exactly reversing from 20%. See, this is very important. Exactly 20% fall from the highs, and it did not break that lows on closing basis. I saw a lot of tweets, I saw a lot of articles, S&P entering bear markets. Plus please be very careful कि जब तक closing नहीं आता है, we can't say that S&P has entered bear markets. So whoever has told you that S&P has entered bear markets, yes, it did enter, it did went down, but it did not give a closing, because closing has a very important factor, right, in this theory. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this concept, you learned this well. Okay, if you're learning, if you are enjoying, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and do share it with these friends, because I want to reach as many as people as possible who can benefit from this view. You can understand the market dynamics and you can understand the broader view, because if you have the broader view clear, then any stock specific view can be easily understood by the charts. Okay, now till now, any questions before I move on to the stocks which I've picked for the coming week? Okay, I hope I've answered a lot of questions. I'm happy to see so many people asking questions on the chat. I hope I've been able to answer those. Perfect, great. Yes, ATG organization, the question you have answered is good. Yes, Dow Jones has been trading near the March 21, where Nasdaq has broken it. As I told you, Nasdaq has entered a bear market, right? That's why Nasdaq is weak, and that's why the Nifty IT index. So Nasdaq contains the IT stocks of US, right? And if they are weak, of course, our IT stocks are also really weak. That's why I'm not telling IT stocks should not be accumulated for long term. Long term के लिए keep accumulating on every fall, because IT stocks are such stocks which will give you dividend, which will give you buybacks, and for long term they are not a bad option. But yes, for trading longs on IT stocks, please try to avoid it, because the Nifty IT chart is not looking good for any reversal. अभी तक कोई reversal pattern नहीं बना है. It's continuously falling. Though, as I told you, there's a divergence there in RSI, Nifty IT also. There's a strong support also, but till now we have not seen any bullish reversal pattern or a major support, because there was a one-way rally in IT stocks, right? And we have a strong support near these levels of 26,800 to 27,000, where I feel some respite should happen for IT stocks, right? So let's see where does this happen. Okay. Thank you, Samir ji. Thank you, Padman, for those kind words. Okay, perfect. So let's try to understand or analyze the stocks which I've picked up. So the last week also I had picked HUL, right? I hope you all benefited from this views. So before we start this stock specific views, again a disclaimer for everyone who has joined new that all the stocks discussed are purely for educational purpose. These are not recommendations. Please do your own risk management, consult your advisor before taking any action. We are not responsible. Okay, this is purely an educational view, but the main motive is, again, as I told you, not to teach you the fish or not to give you the fish. The main motive is to teach you how to catch that fish, because last week also I had given you a clear explanation that HUL was showing strength. It had given a range breakout and we did not see a single red candle. So guys, this is a very important thing to notice, right? We saw so many ups and downs in last week that HUL was up every day, right? So I hope you all made money, you all enjoyed from this view, right? And still HUL looks bullish to me because the RSI is very bullish, it's very strong, the price action is very strong, right? And in fact it is on the verge of giving a big breakout, and we can call it an inverted head and shoulder pattern as well, right? So we can call this as a inverted head and shoulder breakout as well. Okay, so if this happens, I hope the students who are watching this, who attend our courses, will be able to identify this pattern, because we all teach this pattern, how to trade this as well, right? And if you don't know, you can just Google out inverted head and shoulder. It's forming that, and if it breaks 2340, that will be a breakout of this pattern, right? And what we are seeing on the volume front also, it's rising with good volumes, right? So the volumes are healthy on the last few days rise. So this should be kept on your radar. If this breakout happens, then definitely HUL can move higher. Plus, during a inflation time, so I hope everyone has read this, that during the times of inflation, जब inflation बढ़ता है, FMCG stocks are the safe havens. That's why you would have seen ITC, which we had mentioned last week, has done really well. Let us hit a new all-time high, right? HUL is doing so well, right? So FMCG stocks see fresh buying because that's a safe haven which investors see, right? Because अगर इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ता है, आई एम ट्राइंग टू टीच यू द लॉजिक बिहाइंड इट, अगर इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ता है, चीज़ों के दाम बढ़ते हैं, आप बाकी लग्जरी चीज़ें करना छोड़ दोगे, बट क्या आप अपना खाना छोड़ दोगे? क्या आप दाल चावल आटा लाना घर पे छोड़ दोगे? नहीं. So that's why the sales of these stocks does not get that affected rather than the other sectors. आपको ऑटोज में फ़र्क पड़ेगा, आपको बैंक्स में फ़र्क पड़ेगा, बाकी सारे सेक्टर्स में इन्फ्लेशन से रिसेशन का भी रिस्क है, राइट? जो लोग बोल रहे हैं, बट इन द एफएमसीजी सेक्टर इट्स अ सेफ हेवन, राइट? सो दैट्स द लॉजिक बिहाइंड इट. अगर आप कहीं भी पढ़ो तो आप ये लॉजिक को भी समझो कि एफएमसीजी सेक्टर क्यों सेफ हेवन है इन दिस times of inflation. Okay, yes Divya, yeah, the charts are very good. Yes, I'll take this question on small and mid cap, don't worry. Okay, cold drink. Okay, so you have a sell position on USD INR of 77.25. Okay, so please keep a stop loss. You're asking me, the stop loss should be around, I think, 78. That could be a psychological level, because I don't see any resistance levels around here, right? So it's very difficult. I think we should not do trades against the trend. Please, my friend, whoever you are, please don't do any trade against the trend, because as I told you last week, आप जाके webinar पे सुन लेना, the live which we did, that it was a very bullish chart. We saw a breakout, right? So you can keep a stop loss of 78, but try not to trade against the trend. See, trend is my friend. This is something which I follow and I teach to my students as well, right? I hope the students which are there watching, they'll understand this key. Trend is very important. जहाँ breakout है, जहाँ strong charts है, please don't sell it, especially in FNO. And without hedging, please don't do FNO, right? It's my kind advice to everyone. I've seen so many people lose so much amount. Please, whoever is listening, doing FNO, आप हेजिंग करना सीखो. आप चाहे यूट्यूब में वीडियोस देखो, यू कैन जॉइन आवर कोर्सेज वेयर वी टीच a lot of things on FNO strategies and how to save your capital, because in risk management and is very important, and if you don't have capital, no capital, no capital markets. It's very simple as that. Okay. Now coming to Reliance, this is another stock which we had discussed in the last live, which did really well. We saw around 6% jump on Friday, right, with good volumes. Again, I would say the charts are still very bullish. We have seen a very good bullish candle on the weekly charts. It's a bullish reversal pattern with good strong volumes. The only thing, there's a small hurdle in terms of resistance near this levels of uh, 2700 to 2720, right? We have seen a lot of times the lights taking hurdle, but yes, this levels can be hit in the coming week, right? Reliance charts still look bullish because it's been rising through volumes, and plus it has been outperforming the markets. So as I told you, weak markets may be up longs कर सकते हो only on stocks which are outperforming, right? Perfect. Yes, Divya, the FMCG index is on the verge of a big breakout. Definitely, I completely agree with you. The next stock, the fresh stock which I've chosen is Kotak Bank. Okay. So I'm just opening the charts. I'm giving you a 30 seconds time. Can anyone tell me how does the chart of Kotak Bank look? मैं देखना चाहता हूँ आप लोगों को कितनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है. उसके बाद मैं अपना व्यू डेफिनेटली रखूंगा. आई एनालाइज एंड आई show you the why the charts are looking good or why the charts are looking bad, right? Still, anyone who is watching the live, any views by seeing this chart of Kotak Bank? Is it looking strong? Is it looking weak? We should either initiate a long trade or a short trade. Okay, so I'm giving you 15 to 20 seconds. Till then, I analyze Kotak Bank. Okay. Thank you, Shamshad, for the kind words. Again, thank you. Thank you, Deepak. Okay. Uh, will impact of RIL price on TV18 as a holding of company? Not that much, Deepak. I don't think so. It will be there. So I've got so many answers. Looking strong, higher high and higher low, higher high, higher low pattern. Very good. Yes. So of course the chart looks strong. It's a higher high and higher lows, friends, right? So what's the meaning of higher high and higher lows? The stock is making new highs and is not breaking the previous lows. Stock is again making new highs, not breaking the previous lows. Making new highs, not breaking the previous lows. RSI is continuously taking support, should go long. Okay, very good. Deepak, okay, don't worry if you're not learning, if you don't know anything about technicals, you can go to our app, Wealth Educare app, where we have a lot of courses on technicals, on derivatives. You can go and you can learn from there. We teach you with very practical analysis. Okay. Now, okay, thank you so much everyone for giving those answers on Kotak Bank. Now let's try and analyze. Okay. Definitely it is making higher high, higher lows. The charts look bullish, but I am very going to teach you a very important thing right now. Please listen to this very carefully. So what happened last week? Let's analyze it. Okay. 17th May, Kotak Bank gave a small breakout from this resistance zone. There was a strong resistance zone over here. बहुत strong एक resistance था जहाँ से कोटक बैंक ने breakout दिया. ठीक है. Then it went up, made a gravestone doji, and वो breakout को fail कर दिया because it gave a closing below the breakout candles low. See, understand the psychology. मैं आपको यहाँ कोटक बाई सेल नहीं बता रहा हूँ. आई एम ट्राइंग टू हेल्प यू टू अंडरस्टैंड कि चार्ट्स आपको क्या बोल रहे हैं, राइट? बिकॉज एज आई टेल, चार्ट्स बोलता है, चार्ट्स help you or charts speak to you if you can understand the language, right? So it went down drastically, 4%, 3.5% it fell on Thursday when the markets fell, right? But again on Friday when the markets recovered, it closed above the high of this negative candle. So मतलब मार्केट ने क्या किया, आपको फेक एक ब्रेकआउट दिखाया, आपने ब्रेकआउट में लिया, आपका ब्रेकआउट का स्टॉप लॉस हिट करवाया, and again then it moved up and it is closed above the high of this red candle, which means this is a very bullish sign, because market trapping the late bulls, right? The higher high high low was there from earlier, it was showing strength, but जो late bulls आए थे उनको market ने trap किया and again it went up. So this is a very high bullish sign where the late bulls are trapped, and now this is looking good. Okay, so one should keep this maybe as a stop loss of 1780, right? This should be our ideal stop loss, and maybe you can expect higher levels of the next resistance zones. Okay, so I'm not giving you any trades over here. I'm just trying to understand the psychology कि किस तरीके से आप trades को ढूंढ सकते हो, right? I hope you learned something from this. Okay, so you can share your feedbacks in the live chat box. It will be helping me to motivate me to analyze more things for you all. Okay, and you can also give your feedbacks about how you are learning and whether you're enjoying this live or not. Okay, great. Next is Maruti. Okay, so Maruti is also another bullish chart which I'm seeing over here, right? Because Maruti has closed above the last 10 days का जो closing है उसमें highest closing last day आया है with very good volumes, right? So RSI is making a higher high. Maruti has formed a small saucer pattern, we can say, right? A small saucer pattern, and it has given a breakout, right? Okay, so let's see how does Maruti behave. But yes, it has closed above the last 10 days high. It was very strong in this fall, and definitely it has closed above the last 10 days high. So this looks bullish on the charts. Okay, and if we just draw a trend line from the highs, you'll understand what I'm trying to tell. So it's trying to break this trend line as well, right? If I just draw it from the line chart, you'll see the line chart, it has already broken this trend line. So Maruti looks like a bullish trade. Okay, and on the line chart, if you can see, there's a small inverted head and shoulder breakout as well, right? So that's the magic which you can do. Okay, thank you Cold Drink, thank you Padmanaman, thank you Maximize Wealth for those kind words on the chat box. I am very motivated by those. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so these were the stock specific views which I wanted to share. These stocks look bullish, and I've shared it with the proper analysis. See, if I just tell you कि मारुति bullish लग रहा है, उससे आपको कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. बट जो मैंने आपको एनालिसिस बताया कि RSI is strong, making higher highs and higher lows, it has broken a saucer pattern, it closed over the last 10 days high, volumes are good, it was strong on the fall. So आपको मल्टीपल कन्विक्शन आना चाहिए. सी मार्केट्स में ऐसा नहीं है कि एक फैक्टर देखा कि यार वॉल्यूम अच्छा है, प्राइस ऊपर जा रहा है तो बाई कर लेते. यू हैव टू सर्च फॉर मल्टीपल कन्विक्शंस. डेली, वीकली चार्ट देखोगे तो सी इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग बुलिश कैंडल. After we saw inverted hammer, we saw a strong bullish candle on the weekly charts, right, and near a strong support zone. So all this we are giving you good conviction. Know that Maruti overall, I'm finding a lot of positives. So maybe I can try a long trade. Okay. So now, not without wasting much more time, I'll open the house for you all. You can ask your stock specific questions. Please follow a format that your stock name and your view for, you want to view for short term, you want to view want the view from me for long term or for medium term. Okay, thank you Maximize Weight, thank you Bhavesh for those kind words, thank you Rishabh. If you're liking these views, please like and subscribe our channel so that I get to know that yes, I'm adding value to you all, because it is very important. Why I do these lives is basically so that I can add value, right? There's no monetary motive. Okay, so yeah, one by one I'll be taking these questions. So please share your views on TV18. Okay, very good. So Deepak has asked about TV18. Deepak, is your view for long term or short term? Please tell me, because TV18, of course, we have seen a big fall from the highs. Uh, the stock is consolidating. So I'll also just try to teach you something in this, right? So TV18, we saw a very drastic fall from the levels of 18. It has almost all 50% हो गया price, right? Of course, that's not a good sign, but the stock is first time consolidating, right? तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि आप फॉलिंग नाइफ को बाय मत करो. कोई भी स्टॉक जो ऐसे गिरता है वो वन वे ऐसे नहीं बढ़ेगा. इट विल कंसोलिडेट, इट विल टेक टाइम, एंड देन दे विल इंक्रीज, right? So Deepak, if as I can see you've written that your views for long term, then definitely you can accumulate at these levels. Weekly, monthly charts, let me see. So on monthly charts, yes, it is there's a strong support zone, I think, over here, right? So you can accumulate at these levels of 36 to 40, which is a strong support zone on the monthly charts, right? And on the daily charts also the stock is consolidating, at least it's not falling, right? So friends, it's very important that आप कोई भी falling knife को without any positive closing on a positive reversal जब तक नहीं हो, please don't touch it. So अभी first time इसमें एक consolidation दिख रहा है, RSI is making a higher high, so yes, chances are high कि ये यहाँ से reverse होके ऊपर जाए, right? A lot of people are asking about any effect on RIL for this stock. I don't think so. There will be any effect on RIL. There were some news flow last I think 3-4 weeks ago about some merger or something, right? But again, I only follow charts, because if the charts are not telling me, then definitely I'm not going to tell them. I'm not going to go ahead for that. Okay. Next is Akmer is asking a lot of times Nifty small cap and mid cap. Okay, so let me open the chart. CNX. I'll just tell you the view of small cap index, because there's an interesting view which I have to share. So small cap index, again, as I told you in the last week also, that the weekly charts, it is at a very strong support, right? It reversed from those level, and small cap index last week first time showed a strength which Nifty में जो नहीं था, जो small cap index में था, right? First time the small cap index has shown a strength. It's trying to form a short term bottom. RSI also reversed from these exact levels which we had shared. कि एक strong support level जो मैंने बताया था 2018, 2019, the COVID time, and again right now the small cap index has reversed from these levels, right? So I'm little bit on the bullish side on small cap index, because I'm trying all the parameters are showing definitely a short term bottom in place. But yes, for more confirmation कि हाँ the bottom is in place, I would like small cap index to close above this level of 9,300, because this was the previous bottom level जहाँ से small cap index से bottom करके 20% का rally दिया था almost 9,000 to 11,000, right? So this will be a strong or an important level. And last week also it made a high of 9,306 and it went down. See friends, मैं आपको एक बहुत important चीज सिखाना चाहता हूँ यहाँ पे, कि ये जो bottom बनता है ना, the bottom which was made on 24th Feb, how the beautifully the price remembered the same price over here. 9,306 was the high of 18th May and 9,286 was the bottom level. So market took it as a resistance, the same level which was a strong support in Feb, right? तो किसी को अगर बहुत बेसिक आइडिया भी है सपोर्ट रेजिस्टेंस का, तो उनको पता होगा. आई होप माय स्टूडेंट्स को तो सबको पता समझ में आ रहा होगा कि हाउ अ सपोर्ट टर्न्ड एज अ रेजिस्टेंस लेवल. ओके, जिनको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, दोज वांट टू लर्न सीरियसली, I'd like to teach only serious people on my courses. You can download the Krelt Educate app from iOS or Android. You can go through all the courses we have. We have technicals, recording, live, derivatives, knowledge group. It's a free group on our app where we share a lot of views, a lot of market updates. You can join that also. Anytime you can go to the Android or on the iOS app and you can download these, right? So the next question I would like to take, I'm seeing a lot of questions on Adani Power. Okay, so let's analyze Adani Power. So one stock which has given huge returns and has been very strong in this fall. So इसका तो मुझे कुछ बोलने का ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. In such markets, if a stock is hitting all-time high, then nothing better than that. It's a very strong stock. Of course, we are seeing a parabolic rally in this stock. So please trail your stop losses. मैं आपको exit करने कभी नहीं बोलूँगा because it's showing strength. And जहाँ strength है वहाँ anything can happen in terms of price. प्लीज़ गाइस एक चीज़ आप समझ जाओ कि आप बहुत जन डरते होंगे कि अरे इतना स्टॉक बढ़ गया और कितना बढ़ेगा. देयर इज़ नो लिमिट. ऐसा कोई लिमिट है तो मुझे बताओ कि ये स्टॉक कितना ही बढ़ सकता है. राइट. ऑफ कोर्स fundamentally also I think it's posted good numbers. And in this weak market, see weak market में कोई stock अगर strength show कर रहा है, it's hitting a new all time high where the small cap index is down 20-25% from the all time high, right? So it's very positive. अभी आपका ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस मेरे हिसाब से होना चाहिए इफ यू आर लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर 240. इफ यू आर लॉन्ग टर्म, बहुत जने क्वेश्चंस पूछा है लॉन्ग टर्म शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए, तो मैं दोनों बता दे रहा हूँ. लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए डेफिनेटली 240 एंड शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए यू कैन कीप दिस एज योर ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस लेवल ऑफ 280. ठीक है, जिनके पास है 280 का ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस यू कैन कीप एंड ओवर 240 का यू कैन कीप एज अ ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस. ओके. नाउ next question, I think Rishabh has asked on nozzle for medium term. Please आप जो भी questions लिख रहे हैं प्लीज़ आपका शॉर्ट टर्म लॉन्ग टर्म मीडियम टर्म व्यू भी लिखे ताकि मुझे आसानी हो उसके बाद में व्यू बताने के लिए. ओके. सो nozzle it's forming a cup and handle pattern. Okay, very good. Once it breaks this level of 260 which is a strong resistance, 255 to 260, it's a strong resistance level. Last time we देखो we saw good sell off candle on 18th May, right? So 18th May का जो high है या 260 on closing basis, if it breaks then definitely nozzle can give a good breakout. So definitely you should keep on radar Rishabh. If you're holding it, trail your stop losses to maybe 244, right? Which was the low of 19th May. Okay. The next is okay. There are so many questions to take it a little quicker. Okay. The next question I think Rishabh Sethia has asked on Polycap long-term view. Okay. So Polycap long term, definitely Polycap has been consolidating in a range. I think it's a good strong stock until unless of course it breaks this range. I won't advise any fresh buying, right? Once it breaks the breakout from this range, then definitely a fresh buying can be done. But yes, it's a strong stock. You should hold it until unless it breaks this low of 2370 which it made recently, right? And for long term, your stop loss should be 2155. 2155 is the range. Monthly charts में भी देख लेते हैं. So yes, it's consolidating after a strong rally. So guys, let me tell you, these charts are very very good. जहाँ पे एक one way rally होके the stock is consolidating. So it is getting ready for a fresh breakout. ठीक है. जैसे मैं explain you in terms of cricket terms. क्रिकेट में अगर हम लोग बहुत लंबी इनिंग्स खेलते हैं, सेंचुरी डबल सेंचुरी की, तो आफ्टर हिटिंग अ सेंचुरी हम थोड़ा स्लो हो जाते हैं बिकॉज वी बिकम लिटिल टायर्ड, राइट? तो वही सेम चीज स्टॉक्स में भी होता है. एक सेंचुरी मारा, अभी थोड़ा सा ये स्लो हो गया, इट्स टेकिंग रेस्ट फॉर द नेक्स्ट रैली फॉर हिटिंग अ डबल सेंचुरी, राइट? तो आई होप सबको मजा आया, ये अंडरस्टैंड, आई होप यू विल बी टू अंडरस्टैंड बिकॉज मुझे तो क्रिकेट बहुत पसंद है और मैं ट्राई करता हूँ रिलेट करने का. आई होप बाकी लोगों को भी पसंद होगा बिकॉज क्रिकेट इज समथिंग विच इज लव्ड ऑल ओवर इंडिया. ओके. Adani Power I've already answered. I hope you have taken the views, Praveen. Pushparaj I've answered only on Nifty small cap already, right? Padmanabhan is asking on specialty chemicals, alkaline amines. Okay. So is your view for long term? Because alkaline amines, I have, as far as I remember, it has hit a 52-week low recently, right? Okay. So the charts are not bullish at all. If you are there for long term, let me see the monthly charts. Again, monthly charts are not looking good. They're forming a lower high and lower low. There's no major support zone nearby, right? So maybe you should think of exiting on any rally, right? So a rally like this should be used to exit. So weak stocks में देखो आपको rallies मिलेंगी, right? But you should use these rallies to exit until unless you see a strong reversal, right? Until unless you see a trend reversal, जो कि अभी बहुत दूर है. Trend line भी बहुत दूर है और trend reversal भी बहुत दूर है, right? So any rally should be used to exit. Okay. So the next question, I think there's so many questions. Please do ask only one question per people. Saurav is asking about HUL and HCC. HUL I've already shared the view. Saurav, HCC. Uh, Let me open the charts. It's consolidating near the lower end of the range. So I'll be bullish once it crosses 15 on the chart. So I'll be very quick right now because I'm seeing so many questions. Thank you, Suraj, for those kind words. Okay. Now a lot of questions on ITC. So I think ITC में तो मैंने बहुत बार view share किया. I'm utterly bullish. The stock charts look really bullish. I think first time our ITC has shown such great strength in this weak markets, जो पहले ITC कभी नहीं दिखाता था, right? And it posted very good numbers as well with strong volume breakouts at a new 52-week high on a weekday. So मैंने tweet भी किया था ये. You can follow me on Twitter because I share a lot of views that on a weekday जब markets fell drastically 400 points, उस दिन ITC was up 3.5%, which is commendable. And see the volumes, highest volumes in the last 3-6 months. So volume speaks a lot, right? So definitely yes. I'm seeing a question from Chirag. बहुत देर से चिराग पूछ रहे हैं on Indorama. Okay, so just let me take this question first. Indorama, which is the stock? Indorama Synthetic. Okay, I hope this is the stock. Chirag, you're asking. 69 rupees is the price. Okay. Okay, so Indorama, again, it's moving down the lower end of the range, right? Not something great. Okay, so I would advise, if your view is for mid-term, then keep a stop loss of maybe 65. That would be ideal, right? But the charts are not bad. This is a strong chart, right? But you should keep a stop loss of maybe around this levels of 63 to 65, which is a strong support zone. Okay. So next question I'll be taking on, there's a question asked by Pradeep. I've already answered on Adani Power. Dharam is asking about PIX transmission mid-term. Okay, PIX transmission. Let's open the charts. So I hope सबको मजा आ रहा है. I'm able to answer your views. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you're enjoying, if you're learning something. Okay. So PIX. Let me open the BSC chart. Okay. So again on the lower end of the range, it's there. 730 is a strong support. We have seen a good fall on the highs, but एक चीज अच्छा है कि fall was not with volumes, right? So definitely, yes, we should hold it if you are holding for mid-term, and your stop loss should be around 700. Right? Please, again a disclaimer from my side: all the stocks which are discussed are purely for educational purpose. There's no recommendations. Please consult your advisor, and this is purely educational webinar. Okay. The next question, I am seeing a lot of questions on Krishna phosphate. Okay, review. Suman is asking on Krishna phosphate. Okay, so Suman, let's analyze Krishna phosphate. Okay, so the chart, I'm not getting the name. Krishna phosphate. Can you just write the spelling? That would be great. Because I'm not getting Krishna Defense. I think this is the company. Okay, so 84 is the level. I hope this is the company which you're talking about. Okay, so midterm, yeah, it looks good. It's forming a higher high, higher low, good reversal on the daily charts. and weekly also it is formed a bullish engulfing pattern, which is good, right? So definitely you can keep it for your on your radar. Okay, perfect. So next, I think there's a question by, thank you Suraj for those views, thank you Padman for those kind words, by by Akash on HDFC Bank. So I think there's a short term view he's asking. So yes, HDFC Bank has been forming a kind of a bottom formation is seeing on place, because it is roaming around in this levels of 1300, right? 1300 के आसपास एक बहुत strong support it is trying to form, but overall the charts are weak. I'm not telling the charts are bullish, because 1300 पे एक support एक base बन रहा है, but it has to cross these levels of 1345 and 1350 for it to show strength, right? Okay, so I think already बहुत सारे questions आ रहे हैं. So if all the subscribers or all the viewers, if you are so much excited, I think मेरे को already बहुत 15-20 questions और answer करने हैं, and it's already 10 p.m. So if you all want, I can keep a session on Tuesday exclusively for all the viewers and for all the subscribers, right? Tuesday को हम एक session रख सकते हैं जहाँ I'll teach you something exclusive, and फिर वहाँ पे हम detail में आपका one-on-one question we can take, right? Again, it would be a free session for everyone. If you all are interested, you can just write a yes on the chat box, and we'll form a group, or maybe we'll share it on our knowledge group so that you all can join that. Okay, because it's already 10 and I don't want you all to keep you all awake, right? And already there are so many questions, so I'll just take last 3 questions, and after that बाकी जो भी questions है, my team is sending you the knowledge group link and the number on which you can join, right? So definitely we'll keep a session on Tuesday. You can join the knowledge group जहाँ पे आपको सारे डिटेल्स मिल जाएंगे कि आपको कैसे ज्वाइन करना है, right? It will be a Zoom session. I think it will be better, because YouTube live will do every Sunday. Don't worry, because I want to keep sharing this knowledge with everyone, correct? So last 3 questions I'm going to take. I think there's a lot of questions on BCG. So BCG is something definitely I think a lot of people are stuck. I'm very sad for those people. Okay, so I think we should completely avoid these companies which are having circuits and which are not having great fundamentals, because this is the time fundamentals are very very important. Okay, so I think if it breaks 52, it's a complete exit, though I would suggest you there are many other good stocks available at a very very good levels, right? So don't worry, we'll definitely you should try to avoid or maybe exit and maybe buy a good IT stock which is a large cap IT, right? So it's better you should do that. Okay, the next I think a lot of questions. Rohit is asking his view on CDSL. Okay, don't worry everyone, जिनके answers नहीं मैंने अभी तक दिए, because I have so many questions, I am overwhelmed with the response. मैं सारे answers आपको दूंगा Tuesday को. आप मैंने already, my team has shared the Krelth team has already shared the link of this knowledge group, which is free, completely free to join. You can join it on WhatsApp, and there we'll share the details. वहाँ हम और एक market क्या लगता session करेंगे, because I've seen so much love, so much of motivation I'm getting because of the feedbacks you all are giving, right? So CDSL, yes, there was a lot of story selling done on the stock on LIC IPO, but the charts are weak, though it has a strong support levels over here, but जब तक ये 1200 के ऊपर sustain नहीं करता, I'm not that much bullish over it. Okay, the last question, I think Yes Bank, Nikhil and everyone is asking. So the last question will be on Yes Bank. So Yes Bank, definitely yes. I will say yes to Yes Bank because the charts are good, the charts are bullish. It is again bounce back from strong support levels of 12 to 12.5, right? And the bank has posted good numbers from the last 2-3 quarters. So if your view for is for long term, please keep a stop loss of 12. If your view is for trading, then you should keep a stop loss of 13, and you should hold Yes Bank. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for attending this live. I hope I was able to add value. जिनके आंसर्स मैं आंसर नहीं कर पाया, कोई बात नहीं, मैम ट्यूसडे वापस मिलेंगे. द लिंक इज ऑलरेडी शेयर्ड ऑन द चैट बॉक्स. यू कैन ज्वाइन दिस. ओके, जो बाद में देखेंगे आप बाद में भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. इट्स अ फ्री नॉलेज ग्रुप. ओके, so I hope I was able to add value. Keep sharing your feedbacks. Do subscribe our channel so that you get regular updates. हम बहुत सारे videos भी अब लेके आने वाले हैं on the knowledge session. So please stay there with us. And I hope you're liking our analysis every week. Every week we are going to do this YouTube live ताकि आप सीख सको the right knowledge you get and the right learning you get. So have a great trading and investing week ahead. I wish you all the best. And आपने जो भी आज सीखा, you can apply it in the markets, which will help you a lot, I hope. Thank you so much everyone for those wonderful feedbacks I've got. I'm overwhelmed and overjoyed with these feedbacks. Keep learning, keep sharing, and knowledge is wealth, which I would say. So keep spreading the right knowledge and keep learning. Thank you so much. I sign off, Yash Dugar, and I'll see you all next week again on Tuesday as well as on Sunday. Bye bye, take care, good night.